Welcome to my crib.
What's going on?
I like the fish lens.
The fish lens kind of like gives it. I can't do that here. This is just one of those bad boys. Anyway, welcome guys. Welcome to Loading Screen. Top of the morning to you. It is Thursday, July 16th. It's over. You know, it's hump day. It's past us already. So end of the week, close to the weekend. What are you guys doing? What are you doing? You going out this weekend, Alex?
I don't know what I'm doing, man. It's weird, dude. I part of me is like, you know what? I've had enough. Let's go out. But the other part of me is like, nah.
Dog. That's
because
okay.
Of COVID. It's still a thing.
Do you ever like? It's funny. Someone I forget who brought it up, but they were like, sometimes they just want to like go outside because like maybe they've been inside so long, air conditioning, all that kind of shit. That going outside, the sun and just the heat, it's just like that's refreshing. I'm like. Yeah, I've been feeling the same. Every time I gotta walk my dog, I'm like, sunlight, vitamin
but
D.
Like the fresh air too. Yeah, like tell me you don't like inhale and just like.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's getting crazy.
If it's not a sewer smell.
Yeah. This is Philly. If it ain't the Delaware River or whatever, like hitting hard. Anyway, welcome guys. Welcome to Loading Screen, of course. This is your morning podcast to cue your day up with, brought to you by ZipChair and Mike and Ike. I am your host, or once again, half of your host. Clearly, there's a divide right here. Boop. Yeah, I'm just like I'm on point now. I just know exactly. I got a piece of tape that says where it says put hand here, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, man. I'm Dre, aka Crash, and of course, once again, I still haven't updated my damn Twitter. Alex, aka Search for Alex, over here.
Don't follow Crash Tag because it won't be Dre.
Do it anyway, just to see if someone. I don't know if that actually exists.
Send a love letter to @CrashTag. Who is @CrashTag? Let's see.
Does that even exist? Wow, someone actually has that. And then it says, "I don't have a Twitter." One message only. I can't make this up. Okay. Johannes, right? Yeah. That one. One follower. One follower. Single follower. Interesting. Okay, maybe we'll get them to 2 by the end of the show. They'll be like,
I'm famous.
Oh my god. All right, so we got some things to talk about. We got some games, some trailers to get through, some announcements, some potential rumors as well. I haven't actually told Skrillex about the rumor part yet. I'm just gonna bring that one up.
Okay.
But what are we feeling, man? What do we want to get into right now?
Dude, today, last episode it was so jam packed, and now we're kind of riding the wave. It's kind of coming. the waves coming to the shore. It's getting smaller, you know. So
your feet in the sand. Yeah.
I mean, there's a few things I want to talk about, which, you know, I kind of sent you some earlier videos today, but I'm here to chill, baby. Let's just talk some games and see what we're feeling.
In the things that you sent me, I was very, very surprised of this one, which was No Man's Sky, because that game has just, you know, like left my mind completely.
Believe it or not, I actually love this game. I've loved what it's become. It's okay. They really turned it around, and I mean, you know, you see a lot of people be like, oh, like comparing it to a failed No Man's Sky. You know, at this point, I would say this game is like far from failure. I mean, they really righted all their wrongs for the most part. You know, obviously there's going to be glitches in any game of this scale, I would think, but I mean, it's great right now. You know, I haven't played it in a few months, but right now it looks like Desolation, and I actually just came across this the other day. No Man's Sky Desolation. I actually had a link that I wanted to read from this, because Desolation is obviously a new DLC for No Man's Sky, which looks like it's bringing in a more combative type of style gameplay to it.
Getting Dead Space vibes here. Also with like the UI too, like the stuff on their back, if that's supposed to symbolize anything, like, you know, that was the one thing in Dead Space that was really cool, is that they were integrating the UI within the world itself. Like Isaac, if you know, you saw his health bar behind him, you didn't have to press start. And even if you did press start, it didn't actually pause the game. Like you only just like got to look at your inventory or whatever, right? But didn't actually pause anything. So I really like that. And it seems like they're taking cues from that here.
Well, so one thing I like about this game is you can now it's obviously a craft and survival game, right? So like if you want to go somewhere, you likely have to craft something to be able to do it, right? You know, let alone the biggest hurdle I see in this game is keeping my freighter, my ship fueled enough to travel to different planets. But I mean, they've added crafting, they've added you know, this is the type of game where you know, the perfect space exploration game is one where you can land on any planet, and it has like different biomes and different things that you'll come across, and this is that game, and that's why I like it so much, because it's just the exploration part of it is really cool. Playing this game in VR is nutty.
Yeah, I haven't even had a chance to do that.
You know, on your monitor, you should play this game.
Yeah, I just realized it would actually
be pretty cool,
pretty immersive right there. So, what is Desolation? Yeah.
So Desolation, upcoming horror-themed update. It's a free update that adds abandoned freighters filled with salvage and alien threats. It's out today. Is today the 16th? Yes, it's out today. 16th. So there are people, if you guys want to check it out, there's obviously going to be people streaming it on Twitch, I'm sure, or other platforms. Yeah, so abandoned freighters. So freighters are just the enormous ships that typically, you know, you have a freighter, you can store multiple ships on it. From what I remember, you can store multiple ships on it. You know, it just kind of completes your fleet. But it's, you know, co-op or alone, you can explore these freighters and, yeah, alien threats, which I like because it seems like, you know, whoa, that's cool. The green jellyfish, that was neat. Yeah, no, I mean, like, you know, when you go on planets and stuff, like, obviously you'll fight these robots, some these like security based robots that, you know, that's kind of the only enemy outside of like the few, you know, like I said, I haven't played it in a few months, so I might be a little behind here, but beside the little drone robots that you fight, because they don't want you on their planet, there, you know, you'll fight some wildlife and shit like that, but this actually looks like there's pretty much enemies, which I like. I think it's really cool. It's a good touch. Nice, but I like that they're still supporting this game because it's there. You know, they're still supporting this game. I love it.
I mean,
you know,
what's there to, I mean, I was gonna say, what's not saying what's there to lose, because clearly time, investment, money, and all that, you can lose that. But it's a free update, right? Like, you know, it's only going to bring people in to check it out. Like, I'm interested myself, even if it's just maybe this DLC only. I'm very much interested as to like checking it out now, seeing this. This is pretty wild. I am a big fan of Dead Space myself, so you know, this
I don't know. I mean,
it's
definitely this type of shit would be creepy playing by yourself, you know.
Oh yeah.
But with that being said, it's 50% off on Steam Store right now. until the 20th for $30. $30 for this game, I'd say, is worth it. $60, you know, I mean, it depends if this is your cup of tea. You know, we'd have to probably dive into it a little bit more. But on Steam, you know how it has all the reviews? It says recent reviews, very positive. So that's good.
Okay,
it's good.
Is it still under mix? Is it still like mixed reviews?
All reviews is mixed.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to plague them until.
Yeah, it's also
time.
Yeah, the amount of votes and the amount of people that have played it.
Yeah, because like mixed
such.
Is 131,000. Very positive recently is 2.5K. So
okay,
we're getting there.
Okay, so definitely the spectrum is slowly pointing in a certain direction.
Yeah, and I don't know how many people are still playing this game, but you know, about 3,000 people sounds, you know.
Let's check it out. Steam database, SteamDB, baby. You'll see.
SteamDB, baby.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Let me see if I can bring it up. SteamDB, and let's see. For No Man's Sky, and to my knowledge, I don't think it's a cross-platform, right? Like, isn't it? It's on console too. Am I correct?
Yes, I don't think it's cross-platform, but I know it's on console. Okay. It's on PC. Good morning, Luna. Good morning, Laymabs. How you guys doing?
So on Steam right now, we're looking at, you know, we'll put it up here so that way you guys can also see.
Just gonna host the channel on my.
So on Steam right now, we got 8,000 players playing currently at this moment right now playing. 24-hour peak though in the past 24 hours, 8,700 all-time player peak, that's insane. 212,000 people playing. That's pretty bonkers. I'm expecting those numbers to go up with the drop today. If it is out now, like it could still be released today. It's just like
I mean, it
might be out a little bit.
Yeah, it was like literally released today, so I'm sure people will dive into it. Like I said, it's a good game. I mean, if you fancy a survival crafting, just like chill exploration game, this is it. I mean, it's at a good place where you can, you know, I actually, like I said, I really do like this game. I enjoy this game. You know, the survival aspect. You know, I go through phases where I really crave those games and where I, you know, don't care much for those games. But in my phases where I was, you know, craving to play those games, it's a very good game. This is definitely the one I would go to. Hashtag not sponsored by No Man's Sky.
Yeah, no way, any way, shape, or form sponsored by, affiliated, or with No Man's Sky. For now, I don't know. Maybe by the end of the day, we'll see what's up. Or Hello Games we'll say hello.
So
let's see.
What's this rumor that you have?
Okay.
I'm like curious.
So one of the rumors that came up. So of course the what was it? Was it Nintendo Direct? Well, it was just a Nintendo event that happened this week. It was just a Nintendo. Okay, was it Treehouse, right? Yeah, there we go. Nintendo Treehouse is what came. I'm looking at my assistant. She's giving me the yes or no if I'm correct here. It was the Treehouse event that went down. With it, you know, we had some announcements with some games that are even coming out tomorrow. One being, of course, the Super Mario, Paper Mario. Excuse me, the Paper Mario. Or the Origami King. I keep looking at my assistant. She keeps saying yes. All right, cool. I'm on track. The only reason I bring it up is because of the announcements that they made this week, and of an ongoing rumor of what is it, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario 64, and I don't know what other games might be coming up, but it's been rumored at least those two, that there's an announcement for the 35th anniversary for Nintendo next week that they are going to be releasing. They're coming to Switch. That's just rumored right now. It's speculation. Supposedly, like I watched a couple videos, and just like, you know, you take these videos, of course, with like a grain of salt, right? Because not always 100% correct, but the supposed source was correct in the new Paper Mario happening before. So this being announced and then it coming out literally tomorrow,
so they've got a good reputation.
Kind of makes it seem like they had, you know, an actual, you know, credible source. So yeah, it was just interesting to see like I was gonna say, I was like, who's that? I don't know who that is. That just came in from the show. I forgot what video I was looking at. I thought it was just gameplay. Anyway, yeah, so with Super Mario 64 and Sunshine among other games that might be coming to the Switch, and it isn't just obviously just Mario games, but other Nintendo games, you know.
Could you imagine if the N64 games came to the Switch? That would be awesome.
That actually would be bonkers. That would be great. I would love to see GoldenEye. I would love to see Let me see.
I'd love to see
Zelda.
old
64
Smash
would be good.
Zelda, Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the one? Diddy Kong Racing. You remember that one?
Yeah, baby. Yeah. I went in on that game.
So I've never played Paper Mario, whatever you want to call it.
Really?
I don't know.
You haven't played a Paper Mario before?
Just Paper Mario?
Yeah. Yeah. You really haven't played any of them?
It. Nope.
Paper
I
Mario.
Maybe 10 minutes of one and just kind of, that guy's afro looks really nice.
Yo, my man. Yeah, the circumference is precise.
Strong.
So yeah, the Paper Mario series, if you haven't had a chance to check it out, you should. It's more RPG like, and I think you are a fan of RPGs, to my knowledge.
That's my
that's one of your bread and butters right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, Paper Mario takes a lot of it came after things like, you know, Super Mario RPG and such. I remember I played the first one for sure, because when it dropped I was like, that's really awesome. I was a fan of Mario RPG already. That dropped later, and then let me see, there was there's been several since. I've only played like up to 3 of them, but the system is the same. As you can tell, it's turn-based. There's items, there's of course side quests.
You're trying to save Peach still?
You're still trying to save Peach. Yes, the
Peach,
premise is still there. But the thing about Paper Mario that I find it fun is that like there's like some history, and like even how you're seeing this is kind of like an isometric? Isometric view.
Right?
Let me sure if that's correct. Yes, an isometric like view of like the world, right, where you're like kind of like behind the character and they're moving in 3D space like that, but it's kind of like
it's kind of 3D, but it's kind of 2D.
So funny enough, like this kind of idea has been like talked about even way back in the day, when like after Super Mario 1, when they were making Super Mario 2, or it could have been Super Mario 3. That they were thinking of going this route of like isometric. So it's like this has a history of being in Nintendo's eyes. So when they actually managed to make it work, because they kind of did it with RPG was isometric for sure, because it was like a specific angle and you could just walk within that actual like that perspective and such. But RPG, the Paper Mario does this a similar, but then it's very creative. The world of Paper Mario, it's very fun. The creativity behind
the art style
actions, the art style works very well. You know, people have wanted things like to go into other franchises. I've seen a fan made Zelda, paper Zelda, and it looked amazing. Really? It looked so good. Like they actually animated it all, created completely original art for it, but within still the same style. And I was like, yeah, I want that. I'm a fan. So yeah, this is actually coming out tomorrow, but once again, this kind of all bridged because of the supposed rumors, and if that's the case, you know, imagine also, yeah, by the way, Rich saying, you know, Super Mario remake, that would be kind of bonkers. Super Mario Sunshine remake, excuse me, Super Mario Sunshine remake.
Yeah, that
would be pretty wild.
You know, fun fact, and I was kind of this would go under the subreddit of shower thoughts, or late night thoughts. What if Mario's actually the villain and Peach wants to be with Bowser? I mean, think about it.
Food for thought, kids. Let's don't even have to keep it going. Just leave it be. Just leave it like that.
Just let it hang.
Just let it dangle. Let it hang in your head for a good while. But yeah,
think
supposedly rumors of that. We'll keep an eye out, of course, for next week during our shows then. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, that's pretty cool. It'd be dope to see some sort of like anniversary edition. And it isn't just for, like you said, like N64 games, right? Where imagine if they pulled other games out of their library, brought it to Switch, like your Golden Eyes, your Perfect Darks, Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong Countries, KI for 64 was pretty fire.
It'd be really neat.
Yeah, it would be pretty dope. So alongside that will be pretty dope. I wasn't 100% aware of this myself. Like, cause you always hear about movies that, you know, in production hell. We've talked about it before. Games, movies like, what is it? Like Cowboy Bebop.
Yep.
We literally just reported on one that's been stuck in pre-production hell for like 6 years, 7 years. I cannot remember what movie that was, but I didn't know that was. I had talked. Oh, it was when Ali was on the show.
Was it Avatar?
No. Oh God, what was it? Could it be Avatar? I don't know. All right. Regardless of that, you know, and then video game movies, right? Add that to the boot. It's
Right.
they, you know, don't have the greatest staple in Hollywood. Name me good video game movies that are bangers, like off the top of your head right now. There are some. It's not a trick question. Like, there are some. And if you say the wrong movie, I'm not gonna tell you your tastes suck or anything. But like just give me a video game movie.
I don't know, man. I'm going brain dead. I'm trying to think of. I mean, yeah, obviously we have the Assassin's Creed one, which I personally like. People hate.
Your
it,
taste sucks. That movie was bad.
I like it.
Anyway, oh, jeez, dude, you're killing me. You're killing me. Of course you would. You're biased. But that movie didn't have a good track record, right? Like, you know, as far back as Super Mario Brothers, right? The Super Mario Brothers movie, Doom, Resident Evils have, you know, got hits and misses, right? There's some that are good, but like the first one was good, but the second one was like, and then since then I don't know what the director was on. So,
I don't watch many movies. That's my problem.
Mortal Kombat, the irony, right? Mortal Kombat, the first one, amazing, great, one of the better video game movies in the past that have done justice to the source material. Well, recently, as with like other franchises, you know, Uncharted has been talked about, you know, having a movie for quite several years now. But there's been just it hasn't been no movement on it, or it's been stuck due to whatever issues between companies. Because of course, you know, once you're getting these other video game companies involved with their, you know, whoever the owners of the IP is, you know, there's going to be back and forths. Yeah, Uncharted is apparently happening, and not only is it just happening, but Tom Holland of, you know, Spider-Man acclaim, you know, the current Spider-Man in the MCU right now is you know, posting up pictures saying like day one Uncharted. Nathaniel, I didn't know he was even.
Looks too young.
That was my follow-up. I'm like, Nate, I would want. I know, because I believe that's his voice actor too. Let me make sure, because the first person I think of, which is who I'm pretty sure is the same voice actor, is what's my man from Firefly and shit. Oh my God, why am I blanking on his name? Nathan Fillion. There we go. Nathan Fillion is he not the voice actor for Nathan Drake?
See, it's so funny you say that, because I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's Nolan North. It's Nolan North. Okay, but I could see Nathan Fillion like playing like it kind of like older. Like, I know Drake is like younger. Drake is like younger,
exactly what I thought.
But Nathan Fillion would like fit that role. But like Tom Holland, I'm like, Nathan Fillion has played him, but in like fan films, in live action fan films.
I was wondering why I've like connected the two, you know.
But Tom Holland being young, it's like I don't know how to feel about this, because for one, you know, it with how games have been taken recently, you know, in terms of like how serious like the source material needs to be for like it to work in movies, right? Because we have all our lessons, and then of course with newer directors, newer people that have been more involved in video games versus like some director that's like just trying to make a video game movie and just like then that's it. Like, it's just like the name is on it, right? And that's all you can really affiliate with it. You know, I'm like still kind of up in the air as to like, okay, could this be good? Could this be one of the new entrances to like a good video game movie that can be on the Wall of Fame, or the Wall of Shame, whatever. I'm not sure. Like, he's young, but if they make this a story where it's a younger, you know, Drake, I'm not sure. Like, I don't know how I feel that way, because then I'm just tied to the game stories where he's you know, older. So I don't know how I feel about it. But yeah, I randomly saw this on my Nolan North does. I mean, it's Nolan North and who's the other gentleman that just does a million voices, like literally like every year.
Destiny. Right.
I'm not surprised. But like, what is it? He did Joker for Arkham. What is it? Arkham not Arkham Knight. Arkham Origins and
you know
junk.
What?
Oh, God.
Luna Raven in chat is exactly right. Like, this is kind of taking Indiana Jones and making him young.
Troy Baker was the other guy. It's always Troy Baker or Nolan North for like for a couple years for me. But you're saying trying to make him be like a young.
It's weird because think about it. Like when you think of Indiana Jones, you don't think of somebody who's young, right?
Yeah. The only time I think about Indiana Jones being young is either the Young Indiana Jones Adventures, that was a series, and then 2, the flashback from like movie 3 or movie 2 or whatever, where it shows how he got his hat, and it was like when he was a Boy Scout and shit. It was the one where it had Sean Connery in it. Remember that? Fighting Nazis and all that. Yeah, the Nazis. But yeah, dude. So I don't know. How do you feel about it? What do you think?
I mean, I honestly, I don't know. It's going to be one of those things where I don't think I'm going to like it until I actually see it, and after I see it, I might like it. But this is a series that, so I never got the PS4. I never did, for whatever reason. And then, I just didn't. I've never played the Uncharted series. Fun fact, never played it, and so I don't know really what to expect here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Have you played? Well, first off, have you played Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
Okay, so is Uncharted kind of like PS4's version of Tomb Raider almost?
Except probably
more in depth, maybe.
It's just the male version. Yeah, I mean, there's differences. Like that's the first thing a lot of people go to is it's Tomb Raider. Yeah, there's definitely parts of it, but Naughty Dog has like created its own. It's created its own identity, of course. But there's similarities there. But then there's similarities.
I mean, like just like if we were to draw any type of parallel.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to play this, but I might just like. There's a bunch of games now where like okay, so we're going to be talking about
video game movie too. Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, well, that's the one I was going to mention.
Oh, okay.
I like.
Okay, I see where you were going. I see where you were going.
But yeah, I don't know, dude. I like Tomb Raider. I've never played Uncharted, but like we're going to be talking about it in a little bit, but I am in this weird limbo right now where like I want to play the Uncharted series. I want to play Ghosts of Tsushima, but I don't want to play them on current gen. Like I'm just going to wait until I get the PS5 and play them on PS5, right? So I'm kind of in this weird limbo where it's like I might as well just wait to play it. But I do want to play through all of them because I've heard nothing but great things. I mean, it's Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog puts out good games,
They do. They do. So yeah, I saw this and I was just like, wow. Like, is this the next one? Is this going to be one of? Because there's other movies, there's other games like BioShock and stuff that I think had a movie coming to it. I don't know. Obviously, it never came out. I don't know what came of it. So it's for video games movies, it's once there's like a real like I won't say they're. Like things like Wreck-It Ralph and stuff. Like I remember, I saw someone posted in the chat. Like Wreck-It Ralph, that is a video game themed movie, but it's not a movie based on a video game. There's a difference. Like Player One, Ready Player One, another one, video game themed and pop culture too, but a lot of video games in it, of course, themed, but it isn't directly about one specific video game. I feel like even Deus Ex. I think Deus Ex was even up for something at some point. Like it's because there's just so much, there's so much material, right? And you're trying to pack like a 30-something odd game, hour game into like a 2-hour block.
2 hours, yep.
Like you're gonna have to cut a couple things here and there, right? Like some of the characters or just some of the story in general. So it's a tricky thing.
You know what movie they've been saying they were going to come out for years and they haven't?
Metal Gear.
And even Steven Spielberg was directing it, I think. Well, besides that, is Halo. Remember they were going to make a Halo movie?
Halo, yeah,
It was even in production, and then they stopped.
Yep. It's a very fickle thing to see one of them come to light. So to see that, especially someone of Tom Holland, currently, an actor that is like in everyone's minds due to obviously the success of Spider-Man among other movies. Of course, he's that's not like the only thing he's done, but it's what he's known for. So already has a good repertoire with pop culture, just being a killer artist. So interesting to see that.
And with Spider-Man and Sony's rights to, right? Sony does Sony? I don't know. Never mind, guys.
Does Sony still own the rights to Spider-Man? Yes, they do.
Yeah. Okay. So with that connection there, Uncharted, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe the new hotness. We'll see what's up. They did split the right, but they split. It's a very weird deal when it comes to that. I see.
Yeah,
Mr. Millie in the chat. I see you.
What's up, Millie?
So the last thing we got on board, of course, like you were just talking about it earlier, is a certain new game. I don't know what the name of it is called. I don't know. It's something with samurais.
Samurai, open world, man.
Yeah, something like that.
So this is a game we talked about it for a while actually. Ghost of Tsushima. I believe this is like the first. This is like somebody's gameplay video that I pulled up. That's why the watermark's there. But like this is a game where like I want to play it, but like look how gorgeous it is, and I know I have a feeling the person that most people that are playing this game and putting up 4K videos are likely playing it on the PS4 Pro, which I'm not going to buy a PS4 Pro right now. I'm just going to wait for the PS5. So that kind of stinks because like part of me is like, oh, I like want to play it right now, but the other half of me is like, I might as well just wait because I want to like I don't want to. I've had way too many games on the PS4 right now where I'm playing it and the textures aren't loading the way they should be.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, this game, I mean, I've heard really, really, really good things. I haven't really seen any negatives.
So far from the reviews and such, we're seeing 8s, A5s, 9s out in the wild. This game is coming out tomorrow. It actually is worldwide release on the 17th. You're just seeing, obviously, embargoed review copies, all that kind of good stuff that's out in the wild right now. But yeah, tomorrow you'll be able to get your hands on it, unlike your Alex, and you're not going to give a damn because you don't, you want to be that next gen. You want to be on that cutting edge. But I mean, I'm just going to keep playing gameplay until Alex gets convinced that he's going to say, forget it, I'll just play it now. Like, look at that.
Yeah,
press down
awesome,
the heel,
man.
God damn it.
But like, here's another thing. Dre, how do you feel about open world games? Like, how do you feel about open world games? Do you feel like it's a burden to jump into one because there's like, let's say you're playing 3 games, right? It's like, oh, here's another open world. Oh, I kind of don't want to start it now because I can't put all my attention into it. How do you feel about that? Like, what's your kind of take on that?
Open world games, when you're juggling, like games in general, they almost act like, it's kind of like emphasizing what they do, right? Which is like freedom. You're not obligated, right? It depends on what kind of what kind of gamer you are too. Like if you're trying to like finish everything, if you're a completionist, like open world games are a pain because you just want to do everything, right? You want to see everything, you want to play everything, you want to hit every side quest. To other people, it's a way to just chill. Like they're just like, yeah, I could just go wherever I want, not be in such a linear fashion. So it really kind of depends on preference. For me, like I'm a stickler when it comes to juggling games. If I start a game, I want it to be my focus, and it's really hard for me to kind of pull away and then like tack on like another 2, right? Because my attention is still maybe split on another one, and then especially if I end up investing so much in another game, I might forget that original one and be like, oh damn, I gotta go back to it, and then I completely forgot where I was, the story, and then I feel like that's kind of a burden because then I might not have the same kind of feel to continue. So it's, for me, multiple games is tough, but open worlds, like I said, it just really depends. Like if you just like, you could use it as a therapeutic kind of deal, like just to do whatever the fuck you want without really, caring about the story or continuing the story, or it could be, like I said, a burden and you just want to do everything. So at that point, you're just like, you're so dedicated. So I'm very specific to that.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. We'll see. I want to jump in. If you end up getting this game, let me know. 'Cause, I mean, look at this shot right here, dude. Holy shit. It looks awesome. I see you laughing at chat. I don't know. I mean, that's pretty much everything on my list, dude. I mean, small comments. I want to dive back into Sea of Thieves. I've been seeing so many people play Sea of Thieves lately. It's just a gorgeous game. I want to dive back into that. And then I did try Halo 3 on PC. I did try it out.
Yeah. How was that?
Per everybody's comments, everybody's reviews. Remember when I was telling you like, hey, this is like the best port the MCC has had to PC yet. Like it's gorgeous. It really is. It is gorgeous. It hit the nail right on the head. And
What about the controls though? Because that's the first thing I hear. It's just like it's like people are trying it on PC, especially those that like played it at purists in consoles, and now they're like playing on PC, and they're just like, it doesn't feel right. It's like they're sullying their hands a little bit.
I mean, no, it doesn't. I mean, I don't know. Typically I play on a controller. Like I said last episode, I was like, I play Halo the way it's meant to be played. The way it was designed to be played, I should say. But it's good. It's good. I'm hoping to dive into the Halo series this weekend with my buddy Rich. We're in like the middle of Halo 1. I'm trying to bring him up to speed so he can experience the story that so many people love. So we'll see. All
right, dope. But with that, I know we kind of went a little bit over, but that's all good. It's the end of the week. We can do that. We got that flex. So and plus we got some good games that are coming out tomorrow. I just realized not only is that Paper Mario game coming up, but also goes Tsushima, which I'll play, and I'm just gonna send screenshots to Alex all weekend. I'll talk about it next week. It's gonna be awesome.
Well, you have the PS4 Pro, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, see,
so yeah, that beautiful 4K goodness. Can't wait to send you the screenshots. Anyway,
yeah, boy.
I appreciate you guys hanging out and chilling with us for another episode of Loading Screen. Of course, we are live every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 Eastern Standard Time ish. Sometimes we buffer in a little bit of room, but most of the time here, if you're gonna be here at 11, we will also be here. So love to everybody that came through. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure to follow Nerd Street Gamers on Twitter at NERDST Gamers. Of course, that's when we post up when we're live and such. Of course, you can follow Sir Scrallix as well. Wait, it's over here. There we go. Sir Scrallix as well over here. Crash Tag at Crash Tag VS, or you can follow that regular Crash Tag guy who only has one follower. Go help him out.
Yeah, let's get him some followers.
Let's get him some followers. Give him some love. Of course, thanks a lot for Zip Chair Gaming, of course, for supporting our Backstop Lumbar support for here, and Mike and Ike as well for keeping us charged during the day with some sugary ass treats. I think that's like their verbiage. I think that's their verbiage on the box. I think that's what it says. Yeah. But yeah, mega me up. But that's it for today, guys. I'm Dre. That's Alex. We'll see you guys next week on Tuesday. Later.
Cheers, guys. Peace.